Hi guys, my name is Harry Yotis and I've been trading these markets professionally for 20 years now, and I have the battle scars to show it, especially after today and the past couple of days. Today was a big day for the markets, especially Bitcoin. Bitcoin and Nvidia together. But we'll get to that soon. But first, let's talk about S&P 500 because it was also a big day for the S&P 500. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a chart of the S&P 500 daily, and we begin by talking about the technical picture. Okay, let's bring in some moving averages. The 50 moving average is the one in red here. This is the 200. Okay, the rest are 10 and 20, but they're not important. Yesterday was a big day. We've been trading. I mean, you had this big bearish reversal candle that we were very scared of yesterday. Okay, and we were thinking that we're going to have a gap down open. Okay, we didn't get that. We got an inside move here, which is pretty good. Very, very happy on this move. But still, for the past week, we've been trading below the 50-day moving average. And we mentioned here in November 17th, we are currently on November 21st, so it's been 5 days of trading below the 50-day. Okay, it's not necessarily bearish, but it does break the long pattern of holding that 50 going back since 6 months ago. So technically speaking, we're still neutral. We mentioned that this whole time I'm expecting a Santa Claus rally, except yesterday I said because we had this ugly bearish reversal, I still expect a rally because sentiment is in the toilet. But I don't know if the rally will be a lower high and then we have a bigger drop, or if it continues to new highs. Okay, that remains to be seen. And it remains to be seen because we don't have other information. Well, today we got the other information. So this pattern here is pretty good. Okay, I took some time to show you guys some of these bullish reversal candlestick patterns here. So when you have a big candle like this followed by this inside day, it's mostly like I was hoping for these bullish tweezers like a railroad tracks, so we get a green day all the way back up, but we didn't get that. We got something like a spinning top or a bullish harami. Okay, I'm hoping that Monday, something good happens and we get this kind of spinning top action. Or if not, we still have a bullish harami because it traded inside this big long candle. Okay, so we do have a bullish reversal sign here. A bad thing today would have been if we continued gap lower and continued lower. That would be a real, we would have seen the bearish here, the bearish engulfing pattern play out. But so far it's not playing out. And this comeback was pretty good. Okay, so this technical pattern so far, I'm optimistic. Okay, very optimistic as compared to yesterday, which I was very pessimistic. Okay, but because of this, we still have our rally going, and I think the rally happens because, as mentioned, extreme fear. Sentiment is in the toilet. Everything is at extreme fear here. And hopefully it reverses soon. It's not a timing indicator, but we know we're close to the bottom when you have this kind of move, or at least for a short-term rally. So we had this happening with the VIX. Okay, the VIX up to 25, almost 30, mirroring this move. If you look back, these are like big moves. Like, look, if I can draw a line here to show you guys, you can see that these moves here harken back to this was like a big move on Wednesday on 2024. But generally speaking, without some kind of, this was the tariff tantrum, without some kind of huge news, they usually top around 30, 25 to 30 before reversing. So I think this is what happened today. We had a big reversal, and I think we're going to continue to go down, which means on the VIX, which means the SPY will go up, in my view. These are the odds, okay? But the big move, and this is why this happened, it's all because of Bitcoin, okay? And here are my views on Bitcoin. Oops, this is not the one I like. Let's go to the Bitstamp, okay? So let's make it clearer here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this day on Bitcoin, huge, can't let me open it up. You can see the huge wick. It went down below 80 or even just touched 80 and it finished at 84, okay? And this was done on huge volume, at least on Bitstamp, okay? So just to blow it up a bit more, look at this section right here. You can see a lot of volume is taking place, okay? More so than average, okay? And this, especially the last week or so, okay? And this is good because let's get rid of these moving averages. They just add clutter. So you can see it more clearly. This gives me hope that the capitulation is coming to an end because we've had a big move already, 30% drop in like a month or so, 2 months, especially when it broke down here. Okay, so this high volume means that buyers are stepping up at these levels around between the 80 and 85 level. A lot of buyers are stepping in, especially today. Look at this. This is the biggest volume we've seen in a long time. Probably like going back to like here, before the up move in like last year, literally a year ago. So this is the highest like yearly volume in Bitcoin, which tells me that buyers stepping in and that this capitulation, which this is what it is, this entire move in SPY, okay, this entire down move, even though it went down like 3-something%, is entirely because of Bitcoin capitulation, okay, the crypto carnage, if you will. And that's why I believe, I believe that because of the Bitcoin move, that coming to an end, that we are close to SPY coming to an end, hence this bullish reversal pattern that is developing. It hasn't happened yet, but it's encouraging. We don't know anything for sure. We just put the odds in our favor, okay? So what else can we look at? Because as Bitcoin was collapsing, everything was collapsing. Everything was being sold, okay? And everybody was worried that the AI bubble was going to burst. And who was the poster child of the AI bubble, if you will? It's Nvidia. So how did Nvidia do today? Well, not as good as the market. This bearish reversal, this bearish engulfing candle here actually played out in Bitcoin. However, it did not Bitcoin, in Nvidia. So it did close from the highs, which is encouraging. It didn't perform as well as the S&P 500, which we saw was green and inside. But this bearish reversal candle sort of played out in Nvidia. But is it over? I mean, if you just look at this clean trend, it looks very messy here, but it's still pretty much sort of intact. Okay, it hasn't collapsed. It hasn't burst yet. It would have to fall below like 160, 165. Let's draw some lines here to show you guys. This here is support. Okay, going back, and we'll find another support level here. These are short-term supports, daily supports, okay? If it doesn't make it down to here, it's still bullish. Still bullish despite all the negative news. And we saw that the fear and greed index is down to nothing. Okay, so a lot of this stuff has been exhausted. Okay, a lot of the selling has been exhausted, and it's all due to the Bitcoin move. Okay, what else? What about Palantir, the most overvalued stock according to Michael Burry? Palantir took a bigger hit. Okay, but this move, if you will, is still pretty supportive. It's in this support zone right here. We'll draw it in the middle. It's in this heavy support zone, and it held. Okay, I mean, it fell from 200 something to 150, so that's like a what is it, $50? It's a 25% drop. It's big, okay? But overall, you're still sort of bullish. It's still not dead yet. It hasn't broken completely. It broke the recent uptrend, so we can call it neutral, but it's not a capitulation. It's not like a washout event like you saw with Bitcoin. Like for Bitcoin, okay, this is a washout event with high volume in the end, capitulation type low action. You see it nowhere else. SPY, still looking pretty good, still looking pretty bullish. Nothing really broken, just neutral at this point. Okay, so the AI guys, the AI poster child, Nvidia, is doing okay. It's still bullish, but I would say now it's entered a neutral kind of phase. However, it's not broken down. That's the main point. Nvidia and Palantir have not broken down. Okay, so let's reiterate. SPY, bullish, the Harami pattern at this point. And I say bullish because of all the things that we talked about, okay? The bearish engulfing didn't play out, and it's now a bullish type of reversal pattern. Bitcoin looks like it washed out, and the main reason with a nice wick with high volume, and the main reason for SPY going down is Bitcoin going down. And the AI bubble took a hit, but it's still alive. It's not deflating. Okay, there's no panic selling here all the way down on large volume like you saw with Bitcoin. Okay, so that's it for November the 21st. Okay. It's been a crazy week, especially Thursday. But this UpX Friday turned out to be pretty good. And if we get something good over the weekend, given these extreme fear positioning and sentiment, we should have a massive move up, a 5% move at least I'm looking for. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next week for another update. If this helped, please like and subscribe and drop a comment if there are any specific stocks that you want to hear about and analyze. I'll be more than happy to help. So thanks very much and looking forward to next week. Bye-bye.